service. Coming up, Ernest Yawenim retains NPP strength in Kumewu following a landslide victory against the NDC and breakaway independent candidate Kweku Dia.
I hereby declare you, Ernest Yawenim of the NPP, as the Member of Parliament elect for Kumewu constituency.
Breaking the 8 possible.
We have details as he declares the NPP's victory is signed. The party will break the 8 in the 2024 general election. Also, management of the Savannah Regional Hospital shared chilling account of how blood meant for babies at the hospital expired following the decision by NEDCO to disconnect the facility.
After it was disconnected, that is where our blood bank is kept, and the blood went bad.
In business,
Commercial Bank's top list of complaints from consumers in the financial sector in 2022 will share a new Bank of Ghana report on the Joy Business Report.
And in our latest episode of Ghana's Schools of Shame, we'll tell you how hunger is forcing hundreds of students at the Pandu Primary School at the Northeast Gonja district of the Savannah region to stay out of school. We'll be back shortly with details. The Electoral Commission has declared Ernest Yawenim as Member of Parliament-elect for Kumewu. He emerged triumphant amidst a highly contested race that featured 3 formidable contenders, including the NDC's Kwesi Amankwa. Addressing the media after the EC's declaration, Ernest Yawenim said he stands poised to represent the aspirations and interests of the people of Kumewu in Parliament. There's more on this News Desk report.
The crack of dawn saw eager voters lining up at polling centers across Kumewu, ready to exercise their franchise. Both the NDC and the MPP deployed party bigwigs to serve as polling agents and observers. Barely 5 hours into the keenly contested race, allegations of vote buying against the new patriotic party surfaced. Upon collating results from 75 polling centers, Ernest Yawenim led with 15,264 votes. NDC's Kwesi Amankwa followed with 3,723 votes. Independent candidate Kweku Dia had 2,478 votes, while his namesake, also an independent candidate, had 62 votes.
I hereby declare you, Ernest Yawenim of the NPP, as the Member of Parliament elect for Kumewu constituency.
Extending his gratitude to electorates, Ernest Yawenim said the MPP's landslide victory is a sign the party is capable of breaking the 8 in 2024.
Breaking the 8 possible.
Some excited Kumewu residents spoke to Joy News.
And that was a News Desk report. Now, management of the Savannah Regional Hospital says the decision by the Northern Electricity Distribution Company, NEDCO, to disconnect the facility led to pints of blood meant for babies expiring. 2 babies died following the disconnection of the power to the hospital. According to authorities, the disconnection caused a malfunction in the laboratory equipment, leading to the death of the babies because of a failure in blood transfusion. Head of Finance at the hospital, Rashid, said it was regrettable officials of the power distribution company did not factor the far-reaching consequences in their actions.
These babies needed to be transfused. NEDCO considered our lab not to be an emergency facility unit. So for that matter, it was also disconnected. And as far as it was disconnected, that is where our blood bank is kept.
Okay.
And the blood went bad. We cannot even do more investigations to even pull blood from our lab to transfuse onto these children. This is a facility when you are referring somebody to another place, he finds it adamant to get there.
Well, Manager of Corporate Communications at NEDCO, Maxwell Kotoka, says power has been restored to the facility after 30,000 Ghana cedis of the hospital's arrears were paid.
So what happened was that we came back to restore that same day and engage. We sought to engage because at the end of the day, like he's saying, 4.8 million, it didn't accrue over a night or some few hours. So let's engage, let's understand each other. I hear him say very eloquently that they don't pay the bill, but they use the power. And he says they don't have any payment contract with us. That's very unfortunate.
Maxwell Kotoka is Corporate Communications Manager at NEDCO. Out of 257 pupils at the Pandu Primary School at Northeast Gonja District of the Savannah region, only 33 come to school regularly. Hunger has driven them out of school. Their parents say the unpredictable rainfall pattern has affected their farming business, so they are unable to provide 3 square meals for their children. In today's edition of Ghana Schools of Shame, my colleague Jojo Kobnat looks at how school feeding impacts class attendance.
All right, you are welcome to Pandu KG Primary Basic School. Here is KG2. My name is Madam Rita Enima. Children have not been coming to school. Tuesday, only one child who came. Today, only one person who is in. Due to poor parental assistance in the community here, most of the children come to school without eating. When asked the parents, they will complain they don't have money to cater for their hours. So now, actually, I'm having the total number of 11 students in the class.
Parents here disagree that they are unwilling to support their children.
Last time, my son needed a coin, but I shouted at him because I had no money. I was annoyed. I yelled. It spoiled my day. How come I could not give my child just a coin? It broke my heart. Some men are even committing suicide. But I won't do that. We don't have money. Times are really hard.
The few children here say they're also hungry and wish they stayed at home.
We are hungry. That is the reason why many of my colleagues are not in school. Other schools have school feeding. I can't force my friends to come to school. I can't give them food. So when I call them and they refuse to come, I can't force them.
Now, the Ghana Police Service has rejected the request made by a group of former aggrieved metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives to stage a protest at the Jubilee House. The former MMDCs, totaling 134, intended to picket the presidential residence in order to demand unpaid salary differentials and other benefits following their dismissal 4 years ago. Former MC for Infantiman Kenneth Isuman speaks for the group.
For the 4 years and more that we were in office, the Parliament of Ghana never sat and approved any salary for us. As I speak to you, we are burying P. Bansa of Home Municipal on Saturday. We have already buried 3 of our colleagues. Some of them died out of preventable situations. Somebody needed money to buy medication. He didn't have it.
And before we go, school children in the Talented district of the Upper East region are playing the role of agents of change and ambassadors to facilitate community-led natural regeneration of native tree species. As part of this, the children engaged in a drawing competition to make their voices heard on issues concerning deforestation and how it affects the environment. Correspondent Albert Sori has more.
The Forum for Natural Regeneration started the Farmer-Managed Natural Regeneration Eco Club project to give children a voice in the global efforts to protect the environment. An inter-school drawing contest for pupils in 15 selected basic schools in the Talented district of the Upper East region. Saka Sumaila is the executive director of the Forum for Natural Regeneration.
The objective of the contest, therefore, is to support the creative expression of our Eco Club members as young minds, to reflect on critical environmental issues in their communities as they see them.
At the end of the drawing contest, the winner, 12-year-old Frank Bandag, explained his art to Joy News.
These trees represent the trees around our environment, and the eyes that we are seeing here, he said the eyes represent the human beings in the environment.
Reporting for Joy News, Albert Sori, Tongo, Talented District.
And I am Mamie Sinyamiche Thompson. That's the end of the bulletin. In our first story, you had Ernest Yao Enim retaining NPP strength in Kumeo following a landslide victory against the NDC and breakaway independent candidate. Kwekudia Business is up next on the Super Morning Show.